Hey everyone, welcome to the beginning of class. This is CRJU 405-605, also known as crime analysis. The following video is just going to be an introduction about me, about the class, about things I expect from you, so on and so forth, some hints and tips to help you along the way. First and foremost and most important is that syllabus. Since this is an online class, you will not be seeing me face to face, so you really can't ask me a lot of questions face to face. So please read the syllabus. It is your best friend. It is a contract between you and CSULB and myself and this course. So you must read it because it has everything you need to do on the syllabus. Not to mention, too, that every week breakdown on Beachboard will have all of the stuff in the syllabus as well. So please make sure you look at the syllabus. Reading material for this class is just one textbook. It's by an author named Sean Everton, 2012. It's called Disrupting Dark Networks. It's very inexpensive. I think it's like brand new. It's maybe $40, but you guys have your resources so you can find it for much cheaper. The labs that you are going to have, and we'll go over all of this in just a little bit too, all of the labs that you will be doing will be provided on Beachboard. They'll be in PDF format. Each lab is going to come with data sets, and so that data will also be provided on Beachboard. In this case, you must download and save all of the data sets to a USB or to your computer, the desktop, wherever it's easiest for you to find. But please download and save all of the data sets. Supplemental reading material that you guys will have, you got it, provided on Beachboard. So the only thing you have to buy is one textbook. Thus, a cheap class is better than a cheap date. And I really do try to keep my classes inexpensive because I know that shit's already expensive enough. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Alright, continuing with reading the syllabus. Other required materials that you have to have. To do this class, you have to have a Windows-based PC or laptop. You cannot do this class without it. If you have a Mac, you can download UCINet on it, but it is a huge process to which I have zero idea how to do it. But the directions to upload it onto a Mac are provided on the UCINet site, which is provided to you on Beachboard. You have to purchase UCINet, so this is the only other thing you have to purchase for this class. And it's only $40 for students, and that will last you pretty much a lifetime, so not bad. So again, it's a pretty cheap class. I think you guys get away from it being pretty cheap. Okay, and then just about the syllabus again. If you do not read the syllabus and you email/ask me a question in which the answer is in the syllabus, this is what you get from me. This is my face when asked questions that have answers in the syllabus. I seriously do look like this, and I take pictures of myself. See, that's me right there. Somebody just asked me questions that were in the syllabus. You will also get this. I will cut you. No, I'm just kidding. But that's me when I was a kid. Doesn't that look like I'm like, come at me, bro. I will cut you. In all seriousness, you can ask me anything you guys want. My goal is for you guys to understand the reading material. Just understand basically everything we're going to be doing in this class, because it's all new stuff that the majority, if not all of you, have ever been exposed to. So please feel free to ask me, but do yourself and myself a favor and read the syllabus first and just look at all of the stuff that you need to do. But at the same time, if you have questions about the syllabus, never hesitate to ask, okay? Because you guys totally can. You guys can ask me anything, and that's a true story, and you can ask people who have had me before. I'm all good for answering questions, and I really do believe, for the most part, there's no dumb questions. But do yourself a favor and read that damn syllabus. Okay. Alright, just some quick information about me. I do have a PhD. I found it in a box of Cracker Jacks that I had been saving since the 1950s. So, it's totally legit. via email, you can, and I do prefer for you guys to call me Becky. You don't have to call me doctor or professor or anything. You can just call me Becky. That's just how I roll. I just like it that way. We're all the same, so I'm not a big hierarchy kind of person at all, so please call me Becky. That being said, when you craft an email to me, just make sure that you put your name and the class you have, because I will have 4 classes this semester. So if you do not tell me what class you're in and who you are, I have no idea what's going on. So please make sure when you email me, you tell me what class you're in and who you are. And then of course ask whatever you want to ask. My office, just in case you ever need to stop by or whatever, it's in the engineering technology building, and it's the 2nd floor. It's ET252. It has a bunch of Star Wars comics on it, so you can't miss it. Okay, here's my email. It's becky.nash, Becky with a Y, at csulb.edu. Really quick, some of my favorite things in the universe, if you ever want to yap at me about stuff like this. I love Star Wars, and I did really enjoy the new Rogue One. I did not like The Force Awakens, and I despise so much that I refuse to even admit that they are around, the prequels. So I am an original trilogy snob, but I did really like Rogue One. Thought they did a great job. I love cats, especially my 2 cats, my old curmudgeons. My 2 old men are curmudgeons just like me. I love San Diego Comic-Con. I have been going since 2000, and hopefully we'll get tickets again this year. Knock on wood, we'll see. And finally, another one of my favorite things to do is go hiking. So if you ever know any trails that you really love, let me know. And if you ever want to know any trails, I can tell you some really good ones. Just some information about my cats, because I talk about them a lot. I have Fizz Gig. I call him Fizz, but his full name is Fizz Gig. He's a totally sexy beast. And if you don't believe me, see for yourself. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Totally handsome. And then I'd like to tell you, if he can do the crime analysis, which he's doing right now, he's working on some crime analysis. Working on UCINet, running some centrality metrics. So if he can do it, you for sure can do it. And then this is my other curmudgeon, Woodstock. And Woodstock is always judging. Just remember that. Always judging. All right. These are some things I expect from you for this online course. Again, I'm harping on this because it's really important. Read that effing syllabus and read all the required material. That includes the books. That includes the labs. So read the lab directions. One of my least favorite things to get is questions about a lab where the answer was right in the directions. So make sure you read the lab directions. That writing isn't there just to look pretty or for my sake. It's there for your sake. So please make sure to read everything that is required of you, because this will dramatically help to increase your grade. Turn in all assignments on time. For this class, because I have 4 courses this semester, I will take absolutely no late work. And please, again, look in the syllabus. No late work will be accepted, of course, unless of imminent danger or extreme medical emergency. All that kind of stuff, again, is in the syllabus, so please read that section. Use the discussion board to talk to your fellow classmates to help in understanding course material. So if you're having problems on a lab, problems understanding some of the reading, problems with UCINet or NetDraw, feel free to use the discussion board. That's what I'm going to have it for. That's your way of asking, because when I have this class in real time, real life, face-to-face, I allow people to work together to help each other, because I'm a big proponent of group work, because I think in real life that's what we do. We help each other, we bounce ideas off of each other, and that's the way good ideas are born. So please use the discussion board to ask, of course, myself anytime, but use the discussion board to keep in contact with fellow classmates to help yourself understand things when you're stuck. And don't be afraid to do it. You guys are master students. You should be beyond that. Okay, ask questions if you do not understand something. You can ask them directly to me. You can ask them on the discussion board to your fellow peers. So if you have questions that you want to ask me specifically, send me an email. That is what I will reply to. If you have questions for your peers, put that on the discussion board. All right. Now, by now, hopefully you've looked at the syllabus already and you know that you have a 20-page assignment. That is our final paper project, whatever you want to call it. If you think you can't write 20-page paper, this cat is pushing a watermelon out of a lake, so your argument is invalid. If this cat can, first of all, get in water, and you can tell by his tail he's very pissed off about it. Second, push that watermelon out of a watery lake, and you think you can't write a 20-page paper, again, your argument is invalid. All right, so methods of instruction for this course. Lecture, obviously via videos, so make sure you watch every video for the lectures, because what I do is I take the reading and I try to put it into real people's words so that you have a better understanding of what you just read. Going to have a couple of videos on social network analysis just to kind of introduce you to what it is. There's one video that or two videos I'll have up for week 1. Make sure you watch those just to get an idea of what we're looking at. You're going to have lab-based computer exercises. These exercises are very, very important, hence why they need to be due on time. Not only do they help you learn social network analysis, help you learn how to use UCINet and NetDraw, but they also help you learn the things that you are required to know to put in your final paper. So make sure you do all of your labs. Supplemental labs are also, and I've already put them up on Beachboard. I've put supplemental labs to help you learn UCINet and NetDraw. They're not graded. There's no due dates for them. They're just there to help you learn. There's no questions on them or anything like that. It's just little tutorials, basically, is what I should call them. They're tutorials to help you learn and understand basics about UCINet and NetDraw, and I highly recommend that you use them. We will also have quizzes to test your knowledge. These are quizzes based on the readings and based on my lectures. So again, make sure you read your textbook and make sure you watch my lectures. These will be in place of a midterm and final exam. That's right, there is no midterm, there's no final exam. You have a big paper, yes, but you don't have any final or midterm examinations. Okay, so that should make you guys a little bit more happy. Quizzes are made. They're going to be 10 questions each, so 10 points each for a total of 50. There's 10 multiple choice, true, false, and short answer questions on each quiz. Okay? If you have questions about them, let me know. Grades breakdown. So again, 5 quizzes at 10 points each for a total of 50 points. You're going to have lab assignments. There's 10 labs at 10 points each for a total of 100 points. Again, no midterm, no final, so you should be jumping for joy. There's 4 assignment due dates. Please look at the syllabus for those. Those assignment due dates include your book choice, research questions, your main UCINet dataset, and your attribute dataset. And again, you'll learn what these are as we go along. Those 4 assignments are worth 5 points each, and this comes to 20 points. You will also have a presentation for 10 minutes that you will record, and that is 35 points. And you will have your final project, which is a 20-page paper, and that is worth 75 points. 280 points total for the class, so kind of low pointage, but makes it easy for you to follow along and keep track of what you guys are doing. Class schedule and due dates. Again, make sure to look at the class schedule. It's posted on each week on Beachboard, and it's also at the very end of the full syllabus. So make sure you look at that class schedule, both lecture and lab at the end of the syllabus for due dates. Again, labs must be turned in on time, and it will serve you best if you read the assigned chapter prior to each week's class, okay? And this brings me to the syllabus yet again. That important document that keeps you from reading too much. Doesn't just tell you what to read, but if you look at your syllabus, make sure you check the reading page assignments, because there's portions in each chapter that you will not need to read. And if you end up reading it, it will only confuse you more. So please, again, make sure to look at your syllabus and look at the exact reading pages. Okay? Final project. The paper requirements are posted on Beachboard. Please familiarize yourself with them now as we go through class. The network metrics that are required those will become more familiar to you. Things like density, betweenness centrality, K-core analysis, cliques, all of those things will be made familiar to you. They'll all be in labs that you do, so not only will you be familiar from your readings about these metrics, you will also use these metrics in your labs. So you will know them by reading about them, and you will know them by actually applying them in your labs. Okay, so don't worry right now if you read those paper requirements and you don't understand what those metrics are. As we go through the semester, you will absolutely understand what they are. Reading the journal articles I provide for you will help you write a peer-reviewed style paper. I provide them, and they actually cover two huge things. Number one, they will provide you with literature on social network analysis applied to some sort of criminal enterprise or some sort of criminality. So make sure you read them because they might even help you choose something that you want to look into or write about, okay? And then they also are there because they are journal articles. They're peer-reviewed journal articles, and your paper is going to be written in a peer-reviewed style. So please read those journal articles to help you learn how to do that. Also on Beachboard, I have put up 3 example papers. Read them if you want a good grade. Don't read them if you want a bad grade. And I seriously mean that. I don't put shit up on Beachboard for me. It's all for you. So I highly recommend you look at everything that's on Beachboard. And start thinking now of an autobiography of a criminal or a criminal group you wish to examine for your final project. Here is a hint for you. Serial killers are not a good choice, so do not pick any for your project. I will not accept any projects that are based on serial killers or lone types of people like that, because this is a social networks class, and in the past those have proven to be very difficult to use in a social network analysis project. So I do that for your own good. Okay, so some examples that you might be interested in choosing from, and these are just some of the things that people have chosen before in a general category, is ISIS, ISIL, IS, Daesh. This is all different, 4 different words for the same terrorist organization. La Cosa Nostra, drug cartels. In specific, you might want to look at El Chapo or Pablo Escobar, or look at the Sinaloa cartel as a whole, or somebody who runs the Sinaloa cartel, or an important person in the Sinaloa cartel. You might want to look at individual terrorists in a network. You might want to look at such as examples might be Omar Hamami or Jihadi John. Actually, though, you cannot use Omar Hamami for your final paper. I did Omar Hamami for a paper that I have. Sorry, I am having a brain fart about the word published. I published a paper doing a social network analysis on Omar Hamami. I have put it up on Beachboard for you to help guide you in your final paper and project, so you cannot use Omar Hamami in this class. But you can use somebody like Jihadi John, or some other individual terrorist, such as, who's the main one that we all know about? Osama bin Laden, alright? Lots of stuff on those kinds of people. You can look at individual crime bosses in a criminal network, and they don't have to be alive either. These people can be dead. You can look at street gangs or leaders of street gangs. There's also lots of other stuff. So make sure you pick a topic that interests you a lot, because you're going to be writing and looking at this person a lot. Like seriously, for the whole semester. So make sure you pick a subject that is very interesting and exciting for you to learn about. Okay? And that being said, again, looking at the syllabus, your book choice, that means the book, the autobiography that you are going to be using for this class and from which you are going to be extracting data, is going to be due at the end of week 3. There's additional free text on social network analysis. This first link, the http faculty.ucr.edu, Hanneman Riddle. Use this link. This URL is on the syllabus schedule as well. It's a really great tool to better help understand network terminology and to familiarize yourself with using UCINet and NetDraw. So I don't put this stuff up there for me. All these resources are there for you and are there to help you better understand what we're going to do in this course. Okay, so make sure you look at all of those extra resources because they are extremely helpful. And how do I know that? Because I have been doing this for about at least 10 years, if not longer. So I know what stuff is good and what stuff will help you learn UCI Net Draw and learn about social network analysis in general. Okay? So check that stuff out.